All right, welcome to the Spartan Canada Podcast. And today we are talking about the Elite Men's Ultra Race. So, this is going to be a collection of interviews. I have the top three elite finishers with me, and I've got Jonathan here to start. And we are going to kick it off and finish this interview. So, welcome, Jonathan. How are you?
I'm good yourself, Jill. Thank you for having me again.
No problem. I'm great. I know you had a successful weekend at Tremblant, and I want to talk everything about the Ultra. I want to hear from start to finish. Please give us a recap of the Tremblant Ultra.
Yeah, for sure. So it started, well, actually, it didn't start in my favor strength wise, because as you know, we were like a kilometer in, and then we went in a like 35-degree just march through the forest. And obviously, being in the top three men at that point, like there's no path being bushwhacked already. So you have weeds up to your knees, you're bushwhacking, which to be quite frank, it's my area of weakness. I just don't train for it. And I know it's my weakness, and I'm still not training for it because I'd rather just run when I can. So we went up there, and that's where Tristan and Ethan got the lead on me at that point. I still pushed. I'm like, okay, those young bucks can go ahead and I'll just run my own race here, still protecting kind of third place. And then once we reached the top, you kind of had some winding hills to say, and then you could run and you could open it up a little bit more, which was more pleasant. And then you did the obstacles. And then we hit the ultra loop. Thank God it was on the first loop this year, because on the second loop, I think it would have been a soul crusher beyond a soul crusher.
Yes.
Um, so Ultra Loop this year, you're going down very, very steeply. I would say probably 40 to 45 degrees in some areas with long, tall grass. You can't see what's underneath. So you're basically running or slowly running, but you're taking a chance of not getting caught in dead branches or a complete tree because there was fallen trees everywhere. So
hmm
you're taking a chance if you're running to potentially injure yourself. I recognize that fairly early in the loop, probably a kilometer in. I'm like, you know what? I could still see Tristan and Ethan at the front, and I'm like, I'm just gonna pull off a bit, and I don't want to get injured and ruin my entire season. So I slowed down. There was periods of time where I was actually walking down the hill, just trying to watch my footing. And then I would say about 3 kilometers or so in the ultra loop, there's a big like mud hole, and it was like very like suction cup mud basically. And I was running again at that point, and I went in the mud thinking nothing of it. And my right shoe came off in the
Oh
mud,
no.
just completely came off. And then, as a reflex, just turn around to go grab my shoe because I don't want to lose time because I'm still at that point in battling for third because third and fourth were kind of just passing each other nonstop.
hmm
And while I turn around to pick up my shoe, the other shoe comes off. So now I'm very not happy. Fourth place now becomes third, and I become fourth place. And at that point, I have my two socks. I'm standing in mud. So who likes to run with like one pebble in their shoe? I basically had dozens, if not more, pebbles in each shoe now because I walked in mud, put the shoes back on, and went back running. Um, put the shoes way tighter this time around. And then I was okay for the mud. I could see third place in the distance. And then we came out of the ultra loop, and the way back up was fine. It was the same loop as last year, essentially. And you could run the way back up at
hmm
a fairly decent pace. Um, but then at some point, it was a little bit more technical, power hiking again. And then that's kind of when I lost the visual on third place and I became fourth. It's a little bit maybe internal frustration on my end because I'm like,
For
oh
sure.
man, I trained all this and I'm in fourth and we're like 11 kilometers in. So, anyways, I kind of regrouped. I didn't give up. I continued marching on and running when I could, and thinking I'll just run my best race and I'll try to keep a little bit in the tank for day two, and then day
hmm
two maybe for the national age group series. I can maybe podium on that one after an ultra. Unlikely, but possible. So I kind of ran my own race, nutrition plan every half hour. I would take whatever was on the menu at that point in time and just stayed on focus. after the first loop, I would say what the last 3, 4 Ks is kind of straight downhill.
Hmm.
So you kind of sprint down. And then when you had the inverse wall, you were happy because you could hear the festival area. And
Hmm.
then I knew, well, okay, transition's coming up. I wasn't sure if we were hitting all the obstacles at the festival area, which we did not. So went in transition, went really fast. That day, my stomach went like I ate about, I was aiming for every half hour. I was doing about 45 to 50 minutes. My stomach just
Hmm.
didn't want to eat, but I was okay. I had energy, so it was fine.
Good.
So stayed maybe in transition 2.5 minutes, just the time to put electrolyte on both bladders. I took an
Hmm.
electrolyte to come back up, and then went back up. And I'm like, thank God we don't have to do the ultra loop again. And,
Yes.
and on the second go, we were 16 kilometers out from the finish. So we were basically at kilometer 32. I saw number 3 again with the lap leader bib, and he was walking down the hill.
Oh.
So that kind of gave me the sorry. That was actually, I went into fifth place, and I saw fourth place walking down the hill at that point, and that kind of gave me a little bit of pep. And I'm like, well, this is where I'm strong, is running downhill. So I gunned it. I was running like 310, 315 per kilometer down that hill, giving it everything I got.
Hmm.
And as I passed him, I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, I have a big cramp. So I knew he was out of the game at that point.
Uh,
And then internally, I'm like, okay, what if number 3 right now kind of has the same fate? So I really kept the pace up for the last third of the race.
hmm.
I was pushing really hard and do my loop again. Ran practically a clean race. The only penalties was the memory test. I messed it up, so I did 30 burpees there.
Oh no.
And yep. And then I also messed up the spear throw. I threw it a little bit too much to the right. It was in the right height, but I should have taken one extra step to the left to hit the target. So missed the spear throw. So um, continue running. Hopeful I might catch up to third. About 3 kilometers out, it's once again it's on the downhill where I'm strong. It was the last downhill before we hit the festival area, and I
Hmm.
could see the second lap leader bib, the white bib.
Nice.
Um, that just puts a target on your back.
It does.
So I see the white bib ahead. He's probably a good 500, 600 meters ahead. And once again, I just gun it, and I'm strategizing at the same time. Okay, if I pass him, I'm back in the podium standings, but I need to pass him and kind of create a buffer zone in case I miss a spear
Hmm.
throw. So you're already psyching yourself out. I passed him like super duper fast, probably three to 305 per kilometer, basically sprinting down that
Oh
hill,
my goodness.
and past him. I'm thinking he's going to pick up the pace when he sees me. So I'm not even looking behind to kind of attract attention. I'm just going. And well, lo and behold, 2020 hindsight, he didn't pick up the pace at that point. He didn't chase. I went into the festival area, the series of obstacles, did all those obstacles. Those went well. Went to the spear throw, missed it, did my 30 burpees. Thankfully, the train was a little bit lopsided, so you could use the train to your advantage to kind of not cheat your burpees. You're playing with the
No,
train, but you're going a little
strategic.
bit less. I'm being strategic with the
Yeah.
train. So
Hmm.
the burpees are a little bit faster. And then, yeah, so even while I was doing burpees at that one, I didn't even see third place pop up anywhere, which I was happy with. And
Nice.
then finished the burpees, you had that slip wall, and then you were done. So,
Hmm.
and I came in third place. So that was awesome.
Yeah, way to go. That is a mental thing. Remember we talked about this before. When you pass somebody that's been holding a pace, that's mentally draining for that person. So I hope you kept that in your brain while you were doing that because
Oh yeah,
hmm.
definitely. And I had a goal pace in mind, and to try to with the times of last year. Last year I ran 9:15 per kilometers. I was aiming for sub 9, which I got. I got 8:57 per k. So
Wow.
it's still an improvement over last year's time. And I personally found that the course, although the same but in reverse, was way harder
I
than
found that
last year's
too.
course.
I don't know why I found that as well. I can agree with you on that. I feel like because we had that big, so we climbed up big rocks and craziness, and then you'd be able to run down nicely. And I found this time it was the opposite, right? So you're trying to climb down. Instead of climbing up, you're climbing down. So I also felt that way too.
Yeah. Oh
And there
yeah.
was a lot more, I felt the pace of everyone was a little bit higher. In
Oh
your
yeah.
race and my race, I know that I got the updates from one of the volunteers was telling me who was in front, who was in behind. It was actually Ethan Paupst's dad, so that was kind of very fun. So you finish your race, you're all done, you've got your third place. Is that kind of almost like you you fixed it from last year because last year it was kind of the opposite, right? You kind of held on until the end and then you lost your third place. It's like a redemption.
It was definitely redemption. Last year, I lost my third place, came in fifth overall, but then I was first in age group. So I still got a podium last year, but I really wanted my Delta this year and redemption. And the third place is good enough for me.
Absolutely. Anytime you get a Delta, it's super exciting, whether or you're third or first place. I mean, first place is pretty great too, but fourth place is a little bit more difficult.
That
But
that's the
still,
that's the
congratulations
hardest
to the
one.
fourth place.
No, no, for sure. But fourth place, I've hit fourth place so many times myself, and it's so frustrating. So, no, utmost respect to all fourth place racers, and I'm sure I'll hit fourth place at some point myself again. And it is the most infuriating spot. I'd rather be 10th.
With Tristan, I'm going to let Tristan say his last name because it sounds better pronounced properly en français. So, welcome,
Yeah.
Tristan.
Thank you very much. My last name is Gregoire, Tristan Gregoire. I'm from Montreal, Canada, Quebec.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And so we are doing basically a race recap from Tremblant. We had four races, and we are talking about the Ultra, where Tristan came second place in the elite race. So give me a quick little race recap. How was your race?
Well, this race was really interesting. It was my fourth ultra of the year. So we're
Wow.
already halfway into the season. It was the second one with hills after New Jersey. So I was already prepared for this one for this year.
Hmm.
Uh, we started there at like around 6 a.m. It was really cold out there. I didn't know what to do at the start. Do I go with a t-shirt? Do I bring a coat? I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
But yeah, it was really, really cold.
Okay, so what did you
But
do? That's a good question because that happens to a lot of racers. How did you start?
yeah. I always decide to bring the less amount of stuff as possible. So I decided to go with just a t-shirt for
Nice.
the ultra. Yeah.
I'm the
But it was,
opposite. I just got really good at like tying things around my waist and like
yeah.
pretending that I don't care. But I am always envious of people who are just like, I will suffer and freeze for a little bit. Because yeah, 6 in the morning is that's a lot. But let's back up
Yeah.
there. This is your fourth Ultra Spartan.
Yeah, this year, this is my fourth one.
That is
I've
amazing.
yeah, I've done San Jose in April, then New Jersey, then Colorado, and then Tremblant.
Amazing. And obviously
So
you are
I've
from
decided to,
Quebec, so this is your home turf coming to Tremblant. Did that have any factoring into why you did so well?
yeah, yeah, I had a lot of pressure. My whole family and my whole surroundings were they were looking at me, so I really wanted to do good on this race.
That's
And I
amazing.
said it paid. I'm gonna say that it paid off
Hmm.
because this was probably my best ultra ever. I'd
Oh,
say
really?
time wise. Yeah,
And
yeah,
this was
yeah.
a very hilly one, so that's a hard thing to do when it's so hilly. So, so you had woke up and had a good day. Was your training did you just feel well rested? What did you do to make this your best one?
Uh, well, I had Ethan running by my side,
Oh, yes.
so I had someone that really pushed me to start really hard and fast
Okay.
because we were neck and neck for the first part, the first loop of the ultra. So
Hmm.
the fact that Ethan really pushed me to start fast, I think that's where it really played on
Okay.
this
So
race.
That I was going to ask you about that because we had a top three. We had you, we had Ethan, and then we had Jonathan. And
Jonathan, yeah.
yeah, I know because I was behind you guys. I heard from people who was up there, and I kept hearing that Jonathan was chasing the two young guys, which is you and
Yeah.
Ethan. And I knew that he was doing really well. But are you guys friends?
Yeah, we met actually this year in San Jose in
Hmm.
April for an ultra. I'm not sure, but I think it was Ethan's first ultra.
Oh.
So yeah, this is where we met. I knew he was a good runner, but I didn't knew that he was fast also on the ultras. So I was really confident that I could win San Jose. But when I saw him like start the race and racing at some crazy pace, like 3:45 minutes per kilometer, I was like, he's never gonna hold that pace. And he actually did. And to this
Yeah.
day, he has the fastest ultra ever in 4 hours and 20 minutes,
Are you kidding me?
which
That
is just
is
crazy. Yeah.
okay. Well, like big up to Canadian racers, obviously. And he's from out west. So the traveling,
Yeah.
there's such a big difference. But again, another mountain climate as well. Well, I am so excited to hear that. You guys were up there and following each other. I know it was actually quite a battle. Can you tell me a little bit about that? That's not very common for ultras too, because it's such a long race. You can usually
Yeah.
shake off people by a certain time or but were you just constantly just trying to stay close enough to him to see him or what was that like?
Yeah, that's usually my goal. I try to stay as close as Ethan as possible because he's so hard to predict what he's gonna do. He starts off really fast, but there's a part of the race where he's gonna slow down, and this is where I want to catch him back because if I if I catch him back, I can try to go just in front of him and mentally break him and then pass him towards the end.
And
Because
what was the difference in timing for this one?
for Tremblant, it was 15 minutes.
Between the two of you. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
a really big, sorry, that's a very small difference. So
yeah.
you must feel very, very proud of that. And I know we're going to talk to him as well about this race. Let's have some fun questions. What do you do for training? What's your training like?
For training, I usually just do treadmill runs. Uh, yeah,
I'm loving
I've
these answers.
yeah, it's really a unique style of training. I've saw a lot of people doing like triathlons or Ironman that decided to go on a different type of training and only doing indoor training.
Oh,
And
okay.
since I'm pretty active during nighttime when it's dark outside,
Hmm.
I wasn't really never going outside to run because it was dark and people on the roads are driving really fast near my house. So
Uh-huh.
I was just not really running, I guess. And then I bought a treadmill, and
And you
since
just,
then, yeah, I've discovered intervals. I had the incline on the treadmill. I've worked with all of these aspect of the treadmill, and
Mhm.
I
And
think it works. Yeah.
how old are you? Do you mind telling us how old you are?
I just turned 20 years old.
Okay, this is fantastic to hear.
Yeah.
It is new. We've always favored the older people in the ultras. As you get older, you get better at endurance. But we are starting to see some really young people come up and do these
Yeah.
ultras. I think it's fantastic. That just tells me that you guys have so far to go. You're basically at the start of what you can do, and this
Yeah.
is very, very exciting. So, what did you eat during the race? Another fun one.
Oh, applesauce. Always
Oh,
applesauce.
just
Yeah, yeah,
applesauce.
yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
It's so funny because you talk to all different people and everybody has something they do differently, right? Everybody is
Yeah.
one person does this, another person does that, and then you do applesauce and treadmill and it's so different from everybody else, but it works.
What's your thing? Like, what do you eat during your ultras?
I try to eat basically pure sugar. Unfortunately, I can't. can't do applesauce. It
Yeah.
makes me feel really sick. I try to eat something salty in the middle at transition with a tiny bit of protein, but basically candy and gummies and things like that.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
I try to just be consistent. I do actually a lot of maple syrup too.
Yeah, like bricks, the one I think they're
Yeah,
called.
actually, I
Yeah.
had a client of mine has a maple syrup company, so she gave me a whole bunch of
Oh,
maple candies and maple suckers. So I had maple suckers along the way as well.
oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that
awesome.
anything to make it a little less terrible, I guess. All right, what's next
Yeah,
for
yeah.
you? What's your next race?
My next race is gonna be Lake Placid in the USA,
Hmm.
right next to New England and Ottawa.
Nice. And is it an
So
ultra or are you doing
these are gonna be smaller races. They're gonna be 10K and 5K.
okay?
So it's gonna be really out of my comfort zone. I never ran 5K and 10K. I hate those races. For me, it's a sprint. And it's really, really hard for me to do those fast races. But
Yeah, it's a different animal, right? Sometimes with the
yeah,
ultra,
yeah.
it's the last man or woman standing.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
you can be quite good at all of them. In case in point, Ethan. So if he's there, you guys are just going to have to stick together and
Yeah.
represent Canada really, really well.
Of course, yeah.
All right, I got a few quick this or that questions for you. Would you rather a morning race or an afternoon start?
Oh, as late as possible in the afternoon. I'm not a morning guy. I wake up at like 10 p.m. and I work
I
super
feel
late,
you.
everything.
That is
Yeah.
crazy. Would you rather have cramps mid race or doing burpees at the end?
Oh, burpees, all the way. I'm already used to doing burpees. I always miss spiritual, so
Oh, yes. That you can
have you
practice
gotten it?
too.
Yeah,
I
this year.
well, there I actually have a little sad history that last year I got every single one of them except one. So I think I was like 10 for 11 all year long. And then this year I have not gotten one. So
Oh, oh.
and I mean, I practice them at home. So yeah, but anyways, we're
And
gonna get through that hopefully.
right in front of the finish line, you have to do those burpees. You just see the end and
Luckily, I do DECA races though, so I'm used to doing a ton of burpees and
oh
so
yeah.
it's all good. All right, would you rather have pre-race coffee or pre-race music?
Oh no. Music, I guess. Music.
No coffee for
Yeah,
you?
yeah, yeah. No, 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 no.
All right, would you
Like before a
rather?
race, it's as calm as possible.
Yeah, oh, okay.
I,
Because some
I
people
always try
love
to be as
coffee.
calm, calm, calm. Yeah, yeah,
No
yeah.
jittery
It gives
jitters for you.
energy, a boost.
How about would you rather push to the podium or have a pace strategy ahead of time and follow that? So you're either pushing to win no matter what, or would you rather have a strategy?
Oh no, there's no strategy. If someone pushes in front of me, I'm just gonna follow them. I want a podium all the way for the podium. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. Would you rather have a cheering crowd or quiet?
Quiet. Yes, quiet, quiet. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I know sometimes I'm
Like,
like that in the race, actually. Although this race I had a really good time in a lot of different places, but sometimes I'm like, okay, I can't talk, I can't do anything. I just have to keep going. But I was not in that mindset this time. I was doing a little bit better. So,
yeah, but Tremblant was really quiet. You were in the woods. There
hmm
was
it was a very,
nothing
very
distracting.
beautiful
Yeah.
course. Yeah, we all had
It was
fun. So.
at the end when there's a lot of people cheering and there's all noises, my heartbeat goes through the roof and it's all weird.
All
Yeah.
right, give me your best advice for somebody who is going to be doing their first ultra.
Their first ultra,
Mhm.
as an advice, I'd say the nutrition.
Mhm.
In the daily basis, I don't eat any junk food, don't drink any sodas, don't drink beer, and nothing at all. Like I try to eat as clean as possible, and I think that's what makes the huge difference. So I'd say for people
Absolutely.
like maybe 1 month before, try to eat as clean as possible. Like maybe not weight what you eat, but try to eat as clean as possible.
That is great
Yeah.
advice. Well, I am so excited for all of things to come for you. I think you have a really bright future in Spartan races. I can't wait to actually hear about your shorter races, and we will talk
Oh
to
yeah.
you again on this because we're going to start doing some podium, more podium talk. So.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're gonna
Yeah.
I have a lot of faith in you, especially if you like to chase other people. All
Yeah. Next year, I have
right.
a big project for next year. I want to do all 13 ultras in North America and try to get an elite podium on all of them.
Oh my goodness, I love
So
this goal. So
I'm
you're
gonna
gonna have
try this for next year.
I need you to keep me posted on this journey and we'll find out which race is good, which race is bad. And
Yeah.
I mean, if you're following Ethan around, I'm sure you're gonna be there.
Yeah.
You two are going to be very, very hard to beat. It'll be fun battles to watch this in the
Yeah.
future. So,
It's really fun to have someone to battle with the races. So
yeah, and I think
yeah.
he's 20 years old too, or maybe
He's
21.
21. He's
Yeah.
21, yeah.
I love that. Okay, on that note, thank you so much for doing this with me. We're going to do this again with you because I know you're going to be up there, standing up there again. And will we see you in Ottawa?
Yeah, of course I'll be in Ottawa this year.
Okay,
Yeah.
amazing. Going for the elite races in that one too?
Yeah, I'm gonna focus on the trail on the Sunday,
Oh,
the
nice.
21K.
Oh, did
I'm
you?
trying,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm trying to
Uh,
do all the trail series on the East Coast this
oh,
year.
nice.
So Atlanta, Lake Placid, and Ottawa.
So you're going to be doing everything, a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Ethan, how do you pronounce your last name? I always get it wrong.
Paupst.
Okay,
Paupst. Yeah.
that's exactly the way that it looks. So,
Mhm.
all right.
Yeah. Now some
So
people don't
let's do a quick recap of who you are and when you're actually, I won't say when your last race is because we're going to talk about Tremblant, and you've already raced again since. But we'll start with give me a little quick background.
just about myself.
Yeah.
So I'm 21. I guess I've been racing Spartan since 2018, I believe, since I was like 13, 14. Did a couple of open races, then got into some of the age group competitive heats when I was 15, 16, 17. And then last year did age group, and then this year switched over to elite. So I've been racing Spartan Elite. I've been trying other stuff like road races, ultra races, and then I'm gonna try high rocks. So trying out some different fitness stuff. Currently in school. Yeah, fourth year of kinesiology at the University of Saskatchewan. Yeah,
So you
that's
just
about
don't
me.
stop.
That's
Is
yeah. Yeah.
And so we've talked to you before, and you were racing an age group. This year, you've made the bump up to elite, which I think is a great idea. And it looks like you're kind of favoring the ultra distances, but you're also doing amazing in the shorter distances too. So let's talk about that a little bit. What is your favorite race? Distance. Let's go with distance.
The distance, the Ultra 50K. I like. Yeah. No, I like the 50K.
Yes.
It
So
yeah, it speaks to me. Yeah.
that brings us to Tremblant. So we are talking Tremblant weekend. We are talking, this episode is going to be an episode with multiple interviews. I've already talked to Tristan about this race already. So if you've had the bug in your ear, we've already talked about you. So I want to hear from you how that went. When you got up to the start line, how were you feeling and what was your game plan for the day?
So I was feeling about as confident as you can on a race day. It was a little bit colder, which just to start, but then it warmed up. But didn't like the cold to start. I wore gloves and everything, and was trying to just stay warm. Nerves were definitely setting in. I felt like I wasn't on my home turf. Felt like almost like an away game kind of thing because I'm from Saskatchewan, so I got flat
here. I do just flat road running and then a little bit of incline on the treadmill. Like my workouts consist of running over overpasses to try and get incline in. So kind of felt like I was stepping onto their home ground. Felt like I had some good competitors. I knew Jonathan was putting in a big prep for it. Tristan as well. He lives out there, so he can get those hills. But I just went in confident and just wanted just to hold on to the front back for as long as possible. And then just see where it went from there. And the three of us went out pretty hot and stayed together for the first little bit. But yeah, that was kind of my game plan.
So when did you start making distance in that race? Between your competitors, I should say, between Jonathan and Tristan.
So kind of once we hit like one of the first big climbs, or after you started climbing from the beginning, but once you hit the technical trail part about 2-3 kilometers in, I believe it was, me and Tristan started to pull ahead of Jonathan, and me and Tristan were together for a couple kilometers, like 1 or 2, and then the first big climb I kind of pulled ahead. So by kilometer about 4, I was ahead of Tristan by a minute or 2, and then Jonathan had pulled back a little bit to conserve, which was a smart game plan for him. And then we kept pushing up, and then we got to where the ultra loop was, where you had to go down this really technical underneath, like you raced it, you know what that
we're not sure. We're actually not sure what that was. It might have been like logging area, it could have been a bush, it could have been a swamp, really. It could have been it was just it was not very runnable, but you were kind of running it. It was
Well, yeah, that's the thing is I was doing my best to try and keep pace as high as possible because you're going downhill and you're gonna have to slow down on the uphill. And all of a sudden I hear coming behind me Tristan, and he's just bombing down the hill, and he almost passes me. He gains like, I don't know, at least half a kilometer. Like he was behind me and he caught up to me, and I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, I have to catch up to you. Like I like, if I get hurt, I get hurt, but I needed to pick up some ground. I'm like, okay, fair enough. But then once we got through that, I got to the next lap and I pulled ahead again. So I was, yeah, but that was a really technical spot that, probably one of the worst parts.
he was like, this may be a place where I could gain some ground. And you're like, okay, I'm not going to kill myself here. I will be
No.
patient. That's really hard to do as someone. Well, I know you've had a long racing career, so this is not new for you, but it is a very hard thing mentally to go, okay, I still have to race my own race. It doesn't matter if he gets me for 20 steps in a downhill where it's not really a downhill, we're in a swamp. That is a very difficult thing to keep that's a mental game. How do you have that at such a young age? And how do you maintain your mental headspace like that? Because I know for me, that's hard.
Yeah. I guess specifically for going down like those downhills, I keep just telling myself like one wrong step and the race could be over. Like anything can
True.
happen realistically. Like luckily for me, it hasn't, and I don't want to like
No.
jinx it or anything. But like I know that like you got to be careful, just kind of like with like training. Like one wrong step and you could be out for a while, so you just got to be smart with it. Like one wrong workout, I guess, could be the game changer. So just make sure that you're like going at your own speed, going at your own pace, because realistically, at the end of the day, that's what the race is. It's your own race. So yeah.
Hmm. Because it's not like a 100-meter sprint where you can just say go all out and, you know, you
Mm-hmm.
can't do that because, like you said, with Jonathan needing to conserve some so that he can come back at another time, you have to listen to your own body and stuff. Now, on your races, what are you eating? What are you taking nutritionally?
So for that race, I tried a couple different things because I've kind of been trying to play around with it this year as I've been dabbling a little bit more in the ultra distance. But knowing it was an a mountain or like a ski hill,
Hmm.
I typically add in a couple protein bars, which isn't typical, but I'll do protein bars. I think I did 3 for that race. So I did a pure protein, a grenade, maybe 2 pure protein bars and grenade. And then during the race, I don't do gels for mountainous races because I find I don't need the quick energy. I can like snack on something while I'm climbing the hill, and it kind of just like helps me, just gives me something to do as well, and then gives me a
So true.
motivation to be like, hey, get to this hill, and then I'll get eat some candy.
Yeah.
And so then I did a bag of Haribo gummies, like a mixed pack of gummies, and then a bunch of fruit snacks, and then at the transition point, I did half of a peanut butter sandwich, half of a chicken sandwich, and then some pickles.
Okay, that would be the race fuel of champions right there. And if the more
Yeah.
regular food you can stomach, the better. So I think that's awesome that you can do that, and you can actually train your gut. So that's another great
Yeah,
thing.
no,
Sometimes it
that's something I've been trying to do. Yeah.
That's amazing. And I know your background in school was with running and all of that stuff. So it's nothing is really new. It's just really I think what sets some people apart, especially in the elite field, is their mindset. And, everybody's approach is different. Like when you listen to this back, Tristan's approach is totally different, but that mindset works for him. Yours is kind of like the steady, run your race, keep pushing kind of thing. Do you ever get discouraged? Are there places in the race where you like, I, I don't want to win this, or I can't, or where? When you get to that point, or if you get to that point, what are you doing?
So I feel like I didn't really get to it in that race. I feel like as odd as it sounds, the 58, it's not long enough for me to get into that headspace. It's like I definitely like little points are like, oh man, this kind of sucks. But then it's like, but I kind of tell myself in like 6 hours, I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna be relaxing. I'm gonna be eating food. I'm gonna be sitting in the car. And will I be happy with how I did? Like, I'm gonna wish that I push. Do I think I can push? Yeah, I can push. Am I gonna get injured? No. So might as well just push. And then when I'm sitting down later, I'll be happy that I did it and that yeah.
And that keeps you motivated. Well, I also saw your dad at the race. Because obviously I was behind you guys, but he would give me the updates about where you were on the course, where Tristan and Jonathan was. So that was actually kind of fun for me when I saw anytime I knew I was approaching his station, because Ethan's dad volunteers at every race, including so does Ethan. You volunteer all the time as well. Your whole family gets involved in volunteering. So, but it was fun to see him and he would tell me where my people were in the race, and he was like a strategist, really. So he's very proud. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, then the next day, so Ethan wakes up the next day and gets some more placements in you came first the next day in the age group series, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, I got first in the age group series, and it's kind of bittersweet because it was the national series. So of course I want to go for that and place in the age group national series. But my time was like first overall for the males. So if I did elite, I would have placed first in elite, which would have been cool. But yeah, I was happy I did the age group because then I can do this series. So
Yes. Well, now we've learned a lesson that we are now into the elite category if you're waking up the second day and able to do that. So, and that takes experience, which obviously you have. I am so looking forward to what you do this year. I know. Oh, and also, so the next weekend, what did you do?
uh, I raced in Montana, the ultra there.
Yeah. How did that one go?
Pretty good as well. I won the elite category there, and then did the super the next day, which was the U.S. age group national series for my age group for the super, and
hmm
got first there as well. So
Amazing.
yeah, pretty good
So
weekend.
this is going to be an amazing year for you, I think, and just the start. And even though it's not the start of your elite path, I think that's super exciting. It's always great to see younger people coming up and take the positions, and it's very exciting to see that. So I look forward to that. How about a few speed questions here? Some this or
Okay.
that. All right. Would you rather race in the rain or race in the hot heat?
Hot heat.
Really? Good for you. Well,
Hmm.
Ottawa is calling your name.
It's supposed to be hot.
Oh, I find Ottawa, well, maybe it's just me because I'm dramatic, but it seems to be like a scorcher every year on that one. All right.
Okay,
Will you
I'm
be at
excited for
that
that.
race?
Is that the one in
Calabogie?
August?
Yes.
It's undecided right now. We're trying to plan it out, or if we're gonna go or not.
Okay, well, I don't
Kind of
want
just
to
depending on that.
start any rivalries or anything, but I know that your two competitors for the Ultra are doing the trail race. So just gonna put that out there.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay.
If we maybe another epic battle could happen on that course. So that's the
That'd be cool.
21K trail
That'd be
race
cool.
that they have. Okay, how about would you rather a grip obstacle or a heavy carry?
Heavy carry.
Oh, that's interesting. Um, I,
Hmm.
I would have thought grip for you, but good to hear. All right, I think I
Yeah,
know
no,
this
I
one.
like the.
Yeah, keep going.
Oh, sorry. I like the grip, but I find especially with the longer when you go 50 Ks, it your grip really gets taxed and the blisters, and I find I can just continue with the heavy carries, and just stay consistent with it.
So you're okay with you, th this tells me that basically you can put up with long periods of pain.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, would you rather? Oh, I already know the answer to that one. All right, tr how about training in the gym or training outside?
Outside, except for if I'm doing like Hyrox or Deca type stuff, then it'd be in a gym. But if it's like running or anything with intervals, it'd be outside.
That makes sense. And would do you like a quiet race or would you rather cheering and chaos?
Quiet.
And how about running with someone in a race or running silently on your own?
For the most part, silently on my own. Although little portions are nice to have with people, but if it becomes too much, then I'd rather just be longer periods on my own.
Yeah, you have to have the right person too, right? Sometimes I know at
Yeah.
one point I got on a hill. Actually, it was the last hill, which I'm pretty sure was like 7 kilometers by the time you made it all the way up there with the ups and anyways, it wasn't really that long, but and I was with someone, Chris Gilbert, actually, and he is perfect to race with because there's a little bit of talking and some silence and some talking and some, like, it wasn't like, what about this? And what's your favorite that? Or, sometimes you get there.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
it just depends on what headspace you're in, right? All right. Would you
Hmm.
rather a muddy obstacles or wet obstacles? I guess that's kind of similar.
Yeah, pretty similar, but probably muddy. Yeah.
That makes sense. All right. Well, oh, how about this one? Burpees or penalty loop?
Let's have fun. From a purely just racing standpoint, I prefer the penalty loops because I can run them pretty quickly, but I do enjoy a good burpee and I feel like it challenges you more. So I do enjoy when you have to do the burpees.
Yeah,
Um, yeah.
me too. I kind of am liking burpees this year, except for we won't go with the spear. All right. Well, this was
Yeah. Yeah. The
fantastic talking to you. I am so excited to hear about your next race. Actually, when is your next race? Spartan race. We'll go with Spartan race.
uh Utah. So
And will we see you in what distances are you doing for that one?
Um, I think I'm doing all three. It's a trifecta weekend, so I'll be doing the Beast Super Sprint. I think it's the age group national series for the Beast, I believe. So be racing that one and then doing the Elite for the other one.
Amazing. So you're just going to clinch all the series.
That's kind of the goal, yeah.
All right. I am all for this. I'm looking forward to that. So we will talk after your next race, after your next podium in Spartan. Hopefully, we see you in Ottawa. And I hope I started something there too. Okay. So now we just talked to Ethan and Tristan, finishing off our recap of the Elite Men's Ultra Race. We're so excited and thankful to have all three of you guys on. And Jonathan, I'm going to ask you what your next race is. What is your next A race? Because I know you got a lot of races in Spartan coming up.
Yeah, so I have a race in 8 days. Not Spartan, but it's the Quebec Mega Trail 80-kilometer ultra race. It's the Canadian National Series for that branch of the race. So next Saturday,
Mhm.
the bus time is 3 a.m. So there's not much sleep for that one. But
Crazy.
then, no, exactly. But then my next A race is going to be in Calabogie. I'm going to be hitting up that 21-kilometer trail race, try to keep my title of first place for males. Last year, I got first place elite on the 21K. So that's going to be my next A race.
Mhm.
And then following that, well, I'm going to West Virginia World Trifecta Championships.
And I've just kind of made a little rivalry throughout this whole interview with the trio here, because we've heard now that Tristan's going to be doing that 21K race, as well as we're going to be doing, Ethan's also going to be doing that. So we've got a little rivalry going here, and we cannot wait to hear all about that. So good luck with that, and we'll see you at the next one.
Perfect. Thank you. And
Excellent.
having ran the trail race last year, it's a little bit more up my strength alley. So it should be an interesting race.
Yeah, it should be. Sorry about that. My daughter is calling, and she's in a car, and I'm like, why are you calling? But it's then she texted me what she wanted. I'm like, text first. Anyways, okay, that's so exciting. I'm pumped. You are going to be getting your A race again at that 21, I think, with those two boys.
Those little fuckers.
I know, eh? I told you that did I tell you Ethan's dad was telling me that he was every time I would come and see Ethan's dad, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, Jonathan's cursing the two boys." And I'm like, "I bet he is." I'm like, "Good for him."
It was okay. I like very near the beginning. I was like, okay, they've trained for this because I checked both their times from the previous year,
Yeah.
and I smoked them.
Yeah.
So and I have Ethan on Strava, and I run a lot. He runs even more. So I knew he'd be like strong.
And yeah, and Ethan has the lungs and the legs that you probably did when you were 20. Like he is
Yeah,
you at 20. Like
yeah,
that kid is like that kid could be an Olympic marathoner, I think. Like he's that fast. Like
yeah,
he's got that kid's got a future. He's such a nice kid too.
yeah. He
You
just
can't be
and
mad.
then he's fortunate that his parents drive him everywhere for like he just did an ultra the week after or
I
somewhere.
know, and he won
Cincinnati, I
it.
think.
He
And he
won
won
it,
it.
and
Yeah,
then he went and won the series again. So he was just saying that he's going to Montana, I think, to do the same thing, or Ohio or something. I don't know. He's going somewhere to do the
yeah,
exact same thing. So,
yeah.
like,
No,
yeah,
so
you go represent there, Ethan.